Montenegro. Montenegro is a country located in the west-central Balkans at the southern end of the Dinaric Alps. It's bounded by the Adriatic Sea and Croatia, southwest, Bosnia and Herzegovina, northwest, Serbia, northeast, Kosovo, east, and Albania, southeast. Montenegro's administrative capital is Podgorica, though its cultural centre is the historical capital and older city of Sjeđene. For much of the 20th century, Montenegro was part of Yugoslavia, and from 2003 to 2006, it was a component of the Federated Union of Serbia and Montenegro. Differences between Montenegrins and Serbs are a matter of continuing controversy. Although isolated from each other for centuries during the Ottoman period, when Albanian families came to dominate the intervening Kosovo region, both groups retained their orthodox religious traditions and many other common cultural attributes, including the Cyrillic alphabet. Because of such obvious commonalities, most Serbs see Montenegrins as mountain Serbs, and many, but certainly not all, Montenegrins see themselves as Serb origin. Fluctuation between a Serb and a Montenegrin identity have reflected in census figures. In 1981, for example, more than two-thirds of the residents of Montenegro identified themselves as Montenegrin, while only a tiny percentage reported themselves as Serb. By the early 1990s, these proportions had changed to about 3/5 and 1/10 respectively. In the early 21st century, almost half of the population was identified as Montenegrin and about 1/4 as Serb. The largest non-Serb minorities are Bosniaks, or Muslims, and Albanians, the former concentrated in the northern mountains and the latter along the Adriatic coast. Nearly 3/4 of the population of coastal community of Ulcinj is Albanian. During the long period of separation from Serbia, Montenegrins developed characteristics and institutions of their own. For example, they did not adhere to the Serbian Orthodox Church, but were led by their own metropolitan until the Montenegrin Church was absorbed into the Serbian Patriarchy in 1920. In addition, Montenegrin pronunciation is closer to Croatian than to Serbian. A strong nationalist movement grew alongside Montenegrin resentment of Serbian attempts to minimize their distinctiveness. Many, but by no means all, Montenegrins joined Bosnians, Croats and Serbs in insisting that what is spoken in each of their respective countries is a language distinct from neighbouring languages, despite mutual intelligibility. Thus they prefer that their language be called Montenegrin. Montenegrin, Serbian, Bosnian, Albanian and Croatian are all recognised by the Constitution as official languages. In the 1940s, about 7/8 of Montenegrins were classified as rural, but over ensuing decades, this proportion changed dramatically. By the early 21st century,